When the holidays start to feel a bit repetitive, reach for a Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry and put your twist on tradition. A bold cranberry and winter spice flavor fusion, Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry is a refreshing way to shake things up this sipping season. And only for a limited time. Sprite. Obey your thirst.
Oh, Hilton stay, your beds are soft and cozy. No lumpy couch, no stiff futon, no shower line at crack of dawn. Oh, Hilton stay.
When you want holiday comfort you can count on, it matters where you stay. Enjoy comfortable rooms and friendly service when you stay with Hilton instead. Save up to 25% this season when you book with Hilton. Hilton for the stay. Terms apply.
This episode is brought to you by McAfee.
Yes! Playoff tickets! Just need to click here and... Wait, what? Fake site? Good thing McAfee threw the red flag. That would have been $400 gone.
McAfee blocks risky sites so you don't pay for seats and other things that don't exist. Plans start at just $39.99 for your first year. That's cheaper than parking on game day. Learn more at McAfee.com/online protection.
Welcome to Wrestling with Heart, a podcast looking at pro wrestlers giving back to their community. Join me, Stanley Carr, as I interview wrestling's hottest names who use their platforms as entertainers to raise awareness and do community service. Hello and welcome to another edition of Wrestling with Heart. This is the show where we talk with professional wrestlers and professional wrestling personalities about their lives in and outside of the ring, as well as doing acts of charity work, community service, volunteering, and spreading positivity. We're always about the positive vibes here on the show. And with me right now, I've got a very special guest. She is a multiple-time WWE Women's Champion. I'm pleased to welcome the one and only Melina. Welcome to Wrestling with Heart.
It's good to be on here. I love it. I love Wrestling with Heart.
It means so much.
That's the only way to do it. The only way.
Exactly. Now, you are from Los Angeles, California. Talk to me about your childhood and upbringing.
The childhood and upbringing, I feel like it just seems like, I don't know. I say any other because that's all I ever knew, you know what I mean? So in my mind, I think like, I always felt like I was a little weirdo because being a younger sister of an older brother, we were 4 years apart. I think I always felt that way. And then on top of that, it was kind of like a weird thing where as much as my family loved me, I was very lucky to have parents that loved me and a whole extended family that we were always there for each other. It was kind of like this thing where even though we were in Los Angeles, for some reason back then, I felt like ethnicity was a thing, you're different because you don't look like people on TV. I don't have blue eyes. I don't have lighter skin. I don't have blonde hair. So as much as I had a great childhood with loving parents, it was kind of like one of those things where I knew I was different because of what I saw on TV. And I think that as much as I wish that wasn't a thing for me, because that wasn't the main thing, because I was very lucky to have a great family and a great school with great friends, it still left an impression on me because no one looked like me when I looked at TV, or when I got dolls, I didn't have any dolls that looked like me. And that's why it was a huge deal where there was this Cabbage Patch Kid that everybody waited in line for because they made Cabbage Patch Kids that look like different kids. There's red hair with freckles and different varieties that wasn't just the typical things you saw growing up in that time. So it was a thing where I guess I felt weird because being a younger sister and then something like that, it just left an impression on me that I was odd.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like even growing up in a big city can get a little lonely because so many people are around, but it's hard to navigate your way through everything.
Yeah, but I knew that there was something off with the world because of something like that. But then when my friends in elementary school and everything, we were all different, We had a group of multicultural, and I think that we all felt off, so we all found each other. And
That's
I
always
think
good.
like I wish other people had that to see different looks and embrace that. And I think that's another reason why I loved wrestling too, because you just saw a spectrum of people and that felt like home.
Was wrestling always an escape? Was that something you grew up watching as a kid?
The funny thing is yes, my brother and I did not get along. But he said it was because we didn't know any better. We were kids. But he said it was because I was born and I took all his toys. He's like, you took all my toys and all the attention. I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't know. So it was just like we were always at war. But the only time we got along was when we watched wrestling. That was the only time we got along. And we'd watch together. And I thought, oh, great. Like, because I looked up to him. So I thought, okay, cool. I love wrestling.
There's, there's nothing better than a bonding experience, whether it's with a sibling or a parent, brother, sister, mother, son, father, and you're getting the
Yeah.
chance to have those moments. I mean, those last a lifetime, you know?
Yeah, they really do. I remember thinking, again, don't try this at home, people. But I can't believe my brother and I would try it at home. I would think about these moves that we would do. And of course, I'd be like the little high flyer. He'd be the bass and he'd like twist me around. And I think, how the hell did we know how to do that? Like, now that and I'd known, like I went to a school, how did I know the hand placements? Did I pay attention? I didn't think about it. So thank goodness we were safe, like by the grace of whatever's out there. But that is dangerous.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know what? We did it. We're just, we loved what we saw.
Did you have a favorite growing up? Who were some of the people that you went, man, this person's so cool. I want to be like them. I want to do
Well,
this.
I always Not really. I never thought that I want to do this, but I love, like, of course, I love the characters. I loved Wonder Woman, but I didn't think I was going to be like Wonder Woman and Superman and Batman. But when I watched wrestling, it was, of course, Sensational Sherry was it for me. And then later on, it was Jazz and Lisa Marie, Victoria. Um, Back in those days when we were little, I loved Rowdy Piper. Kurt Hennig, of course, the Heart Foundation. Try to think, Ric Flair was always amazing to watch too. It's just there was so many great people in the 80s and 90s. And then I feel like we were so lucky to see all these different types of incredible characters and personalities.
It's amazing, like, you talk about all these people and years later you get to work with them. I mean, that's talk about a full circle moment.
Oh my goodness. For me, I know it's funny because I'm known for crying, but at the same time I cry because I feel something. It's in here. I wouldn't change it for anything in the world. Some people I know they try to make fun of me and make me feel bad and guilty, like you got to get tough skin. The fact that I'm okay with crying in front of people and I'm not afraid to show it, that's tough to me in my opinion. And that meant everything to me. When I see like Ric Flair work with Mick Foley, work with Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero, like all these people, Arn Anderson was my agent, like all these things. It was so amazing, so amazing. And the reason I tear up is because I am so thankful. I have nothing filled with nothing but gratitude that this kid who watched these people growing up got to work with them. And I never took it for granted, even though I don't think everybody was just doing their job. But in my mind, I thought every day, every second was a blessing because I never thought I'd be able to do something like that.
Yeah, I mean, getting the chance to live your dream, working with, Eddie and Ray and getting the chance to work with Trish Stratus later on and Mickey James and so many legends. What was the moment where you said, I want to give this a shot? Really sink my teeth into pursuing a career in the wrestling industry.
The odd thing is it was way after I was wrestling.
Oh,
So
okay.
because I did it as like I didn't think that I could do it. The thing is that I did it for conditioning and I did it because I thought, oh, it's like a yoga class for me. Something that I always wanted to try out, but I didn't think I could do. Because I mean, who gets to just go to a class and then get on TV. Like in my mind, that isn't the way it worked. You have to know the right people and have the right family and have years of experience and all this stuff. Like I really thought you had to be in the Hart family type of deal, generations of wrestlers to be able to make it. And
Hmm.
that's what I genuinely believe because we didn't know how people got on TV for wrestling. Like we didn't know.
There's
And
no
so when I
internet.
took, yeah, there wasn't any internet back then. Not really. Like there, I mean, there was MySpace, but really, how do you think to know to go search for wrestling? But when my friend's the one who told me, he said, I go to, I'm a professional wrestler. I said, no way. I thought you did college wrestling. He said, yeah, go to my school. So I went to a school just to condition for fitness competitions. And I took to it because, well, it reminded me of my dad's boxing when we spar. So, except I didn't get hit in the face a lot. I mean, I got hit in the face, but not like in boxing. So it was fun. So I loved it. I just loved to learn about it. But it wasn't until Dr. Tom Pritchard, he scouted us and he handed me a card and said, email us whenever we're around. Whenever WWE is around you, let us know. And I looked at that card, I looked at him and I said, I could do this for a living, like make money off of this? And he said, yeah, Melina, you can actually do this. And as soon as he said that, in my mind, this is what I'm going to do. Like now he opened my eyes that I could do this. And I realized, yeah, I want to do this. Because how many times do we get an opportunity to to go for it?
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is like back then, there were so many different. There wasn't a lot of companies as you see today with the, WWE and AEW and
Yeah,
TNA and all these different places. There were only maybe one or two, just a handful of wrestling promotions out there, and so
yeah.
talk to me about the training process. Because I'm sure, like, when you put the work in, I mean, you're talking about, being determined and wanting to put a lot of effort into it. I am sure it was intense.
It was intense because it was, I don't know. Again, it's like all I ever knew, so I can't compare it to anything else. So maybe it was intense because there was different things to learn instead of boxing is more like, okay, you only have this, we're only working this, we're training this, and then have this movement, you have to know these rules. And then wrestling is everything everywhere at the same time. And then knowing where your positioning is and their positioning and where do we look and all of these things, and it's psychology as well as trying to take care of yourself and their partner as well. All of these things, there's so much, but at the same time physically I felt like it wasn't as bad, of course, because I was young. It wasn't as bad as the training I've done for like cross country or boxing and stuff like that. It was just normal for me. The working out was normal because that's all I've ever done. But it was the studying where I wrote everything down. It's like school. You write everything down, you memorize it, you practice it until it's second nature. And I loved it. I think that's where I felt at home because it was something that I took to naturally.
And I think it's so cool. I've heard you talk about this in other interviews with really like getting to be that heel character, really getting that inspiration to be such an amazing villain. Talk to me about, kind of transitioning, from being a babyface to a heel and really kind of, creating that character.
I think back then, say starting out being, I don't know, young and green and just doing what you do, I think it was just me being me. So the baby face was me being me and just working. And I didn't have really a character yet. It was just me being the happy me that I normally am, hugging everybody, and I was just being myself. But then when I got to OVW and I started watching, and I think the inspiration was there. It's so funny because I look back now and I realize before wrestling, I tried to do a little bit of acting. I was thinking, let me try to see. I tried to do everything because I thought, wow, all the things that I got scared of, why not try to do it? Maybe I can do something. I'm just scared of it in my mind, but I'm not allowing myself to see if I could do it or not. That I'm holding myself back to from possibilities. It's the same with making friends. I was so scared to make friends because I thought, what if I'm going to get rejected? What if they don't like me? What if I'm, I does it come across and I make myself look stupid because not social. Um, all of that goes away once you start trying and practicing, and then you start making friends. And if I didn't try, I wouldn't have made all these incredible friends. And the same with dreams, it's the same with accomplishments and anything you plan, you could do it. You don't know if you can unless you try. And sometimes you don't learn it on your first try. Maybe you just need to keep practicing and then it'll come eventually. So
Exactly.
yeah. So I went to I did this acting thing, and I remember it was like it was independent college films, and I was auditioning, and they kept telling me, pretend you're, I think it was the girl from The Matrix, that you've been through so much, and you could tell in your eyes that the reading was so detailed, and in my young brain I thought, oh, I could do that, as if you could just do a look and you look like you've gone through so much in life. And it doesn't work that way. You have to feel it. There's this energy. Once you go through life and you understand this is what a person who's gone through so much feels like, then you could be it. And for me, the character of being a baby face and then learning the psychology to be a heel, you have to go experience the negativity of people being awful to you to understand how it is to be awful to somebody else. So that all the people who were mean to me were my inspiration for that heel character. It's not just being a jerk. Anybody could be a jerk, but there's little buttons, these little things that people you experience that hurt you, that demeaned you, that belittled you, that took your every weakness or anything that they know was your insecurity, and they twisted it into your like a knife into your skin. That's the way it feels like when you use words. And when you go through that, I feel like I know how it taught me how to be that character. Not that I want to be that as a person, because I wouldn't wish that upon anybody, but it was beautiful to take it and use it into a character. And
And I think that's so, I was a huge fan of your work with Eminem. Not only were you just such an incredible wrestler, but as a manager, you were very effective and knew how to get under people's skin. And that had to have been, such an amazing time, getting to work, in the main events, being a part of some amazing moments. Talk to me about, your time working with Eminem.
oh, it was a blessing. Obviously, it was a blessing, but I think we all felt that way about each other. So I know I talked to Joey a lot, and of course, John. I really do believe like John is the same way too, because I talked more to Joey about it. I'm so sorry about the dogs.
It's okay.
Yeah, my mother's home, so she's pulling up in the driveway. I see it in the camera right now. Oh, nuggets. But I do believe, because I talked to Joy about it. He said, Melina, like some people, and they did back in those days, if you were put with a woman, that means that you lack the personality or something or other. Like it's something offensive. So some people would dismiss their valet or manager and think, like, get angry because it's an insult. But Joey said, why would I consider it an insult? I'm standing out because of you. He's like, I'm gonna use you. He said, believe me, we're all of us. And he's the one who always rallied for us, all of us together. And it's the truth. They try to bring John up without Joey.
This episode is brought to you by NBA on Prime. The NBA on Prime is back with an exciting week of Emirates NBA Cup action. The knockout rounds begin with quarterfinal doubleheaders on Tuesday and Wednesday night. Then it's a semifinal doubleheader on Saturday. And it all culminates with the championship game next Tuesday night, only on Prime. If you're not a Prime member, sign up for a 30-day free trial to get started today. Restrictions apply. See Amazon.com/Amazon Prime for details.
They try to bring me up without John and Joey. None of us, like, we needed each other and we thrived. We fed off of each other. Like because everyone asks me, who taught you the most? Who'd you learn from? Because I think they expect me to say, like, one of these veterans. Joey taught me the most. he took the time to explain things, and then the psychology of it, the reasoning, and all of this stuff. He noticed things that I would do, and he'd say, "Okay, that look on your face." I said, "Really?" He said, "Yes." He's like, "But keep that." But and then he'd just switch things up. We'd always help each other out, and that was the beauty of. He was wise beyond his years. He really was a young guy who was like an old man.
I I mean, you guys were like dominating the SmackDown tag division for well over a year. I kind of feel like you guys could have gone on even longer with the work you
Yeah.
guys were doing, like looking back at some of your moments, and it's incredible, the impact that you all made during that time. And you obviously have had such an amazing career, in the ring, five-time women's champion in WWE. Tell me about the first time you won the title and some of the people you enjoyed competing against over the years.
Uh, I'm trying to put it in words where I'm not I'm obviously not going to sugarcoat it, but I understand why we all did what we did in the times that we did it. And I know why people weren't as sweet and kind, and I get that I wasn't very social, so I understand why people treated me the way I did because it just didn't come across. I didn't welcome people in, people didn't welcome me in, and I get why things happened the way it did. But at the same time, it was difficult. It was difficult because I didn't understand. I came from a family where it was okay for me to be shy and quiet. People still saw, "Oh yeah, here, come in," and they included me, knowing that I was the way I was. So I came from a loving family and loving friends to an environment that really you just twisted everything around. And I understand why, because wrestlers are very outspoken. They are very charismatic. I mean, you have to be to to be a character in the ring, to play to thousands and thousands of people in the stands. So I get it. I was an oddity. Like, how can you be introverted and do this field? And it didn't occur to me. I just know that I loved it. And I didn't realize that I was this odd person that was very contradicting, because that's what I was. But when it came to winning the title, it was so beautiful, so beautiful. But at the same time, I knew I wasn't ready because in my heart, I felt like, no, I'm not ready. I'm green. And they said, no, you can do this. You are ready. And I get why they thought what they did. But my brain at the time thought, I want to be like Lita. I want to be like Trish. I want to be like, know everything, be the veteran that I should be to represent that title. But I didn't understand why, like how wrestling worked at that time. So I got the title. Sorry, I got the title, and that's the feeling of making it. Like the first step of making it was wrestling Trish. That's where I was like, okay, this is it. Like I finally made it. And yes, I made it when it came to like being on TV and all of this stuff and then going to Raw. But working with Trish was the symbol of, whoa, this is the step. This is it, making a name for yourself, especially as a wrestler. But then with the title, and when I got to the back, from what I saw, everybody always goes to the front and it goes to the gorilla and cheers for everybody whenever like and anybody got the title. Everybody comes and shows up and applauds to the new champions. And I didn't get that. And who knows, maybe they don't do that now, but back then I saw it happen to everybody before me. So when there was nobody in the back, it just it made me realize this is going to be my life of being alone. And then Lisa came in. She was the only one that came in, and I think she felt bad for me. But it was just this knowing of, wow, you're really you're something special, Melina. It's like I already felt like a weirdo growing up, and now I knew that I am still a weirdo.
Well, I think you helped, really carry that division, because Trish had left, Lita had left. You started to rise, and you had Mickey James, and you had Beth Phoenix, and all these great, talented workers who
It was an
really,
honor.
yeah, it's like, you really came into your own when you had that run, as champion. And you got to work some amazing, talented
Yeah.
competitors. Who are some of your favorites?
Oh, I tell everybody it was everybody because see, when of course, when it came to the guys, that was phenomenal because how many women got to work with guys in a time where there's no intergender matches? Like you said, got to be a part of main events and pay-per-views and all this stuff in a time where women didn't do much of that at all. And I got to be able to do that every week. Like it was an honor. And plus, I looked up to Sensational Sherry. She got to do that in a time where they wanted to cancel women's wrestling completely, like women in wrestling should not exist type of deal. And she did it. And she wasn't the wrestler, like she wasn't wrestling on there. But like me, she was a part of storylines. She was in people's faces, in top guys' faces. I was like, oh my goodness, she's amazing. I'm glad I looked up to her because I never realized that that would be me one day. So it was exceptional. But when it comes to the women, all of them, all of them. It doesn't matter what their experience level was. I look at it now, I look back now, and it's not that I didn't know then, but I see it more so now than ever. The heart that is passionate. So as much as the divas didn't get a lot of credit, and they should have, their hearts were incomparable to other people that I've met. And there's people who love wrestling, they're in wrestling, but they just didn't have that passion to, even though they didn't have this some of the diva girls didn't have the knowledge of it, they kept trying and they put in everything that they had in these characters and they tried to learn with everything that they had. And that kind of passion, I wish I could take that, harvest it, and put in a bottle and give it to some people who are really phenomenal at wrestling, because that love and passion and that wanting to go out there and show something, that's something I think you can't teach all the time to even some of the greatest wrestlers in the world. Like that extra heart is everything. You feel it. It makes you, as a viewer, as a person who loves watching movies and TV shows and music and everything, like when you feel something with your passion, oh, it just consumes you like something, like the senses. So to see people with passions feel that people who have that electricity, that it factor, or whatever it is that we cannot explain, that is something that I was lucky enough to have with these women. They had it. And I am so grateful to be able to work with women like that, no matter what their experience level was. So that's why Ashley Mazzaro had great passion. She had so much. Loved working with her. Of course, Trish Stratus. Of course, Beth Phoenix, Michelle, and Mickey. But I love working with Natalia, Gail Kim. Those are two of my favorites that I wish we could have worked more together. Lisa Marie, great partner. Wish I was able to work with her one-on-one on the show. Um, there's another one. There's another one where I wish I would have worked with them on the show, but didn't get the chance to much. I can't remember, but definitely oh, there's somebody else that came to mind. For some reason, I'm brain farting. But there were so many girls that were just so incredible then. Love working Layla, loved working with Layla. Um, of course, Kelly was also like her personality. The uber baby faces that only they could bring in this crowd and either get you over or get you hated beyond belief, like a Mickey.
Yeah, I mean, so many, a diverse group of women, really came through the company, and you had the chance to work with so many people. Really was a good, incredible crew. Now I want to switch gears and talk about some of the stuff you've done outside of wrestling. I know you've been very involved with charity work and have done stuff in your community. What kinds of things have you done to help out over the years?
Over the years, just different things where it's kind of like helping with donations, and just when it comes to gathering foods, and also suicide prevention, and when it comes to adopting dogs. And there's just so many, whenever I can help, it's just be there and try to be there for your community and things you believe in. But definitely suicide prevention and just mental health awareness is a huge thing.
What is it about that cause that means a lot to you?
I think because I've always felt so much, I've been sensitive. I think that that has made me aware of so much. I see people when they hurt. I understand them. I understand what they're going through completely. And I think I've been told how you got to get a tough skin and how it's you you need to not feel this way and da 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 da. And that's not the reality. The reality is I'm lucky to feel this way because if you can't hurt, then that means I can't love as much as I do. I can't be as happy. I feel the whole entire spectrum. So this sensitivity means that I could feel all this beautiful happiness. Like my happy is happy. And of course my sadness is super sad, but or anger is super angry. But at the same time, I can control that. And that's something that we don't get taught. We're just told to check your feelings and get over it instead of learning how the beauty of it and how to manage it.
Yeah, I think that's, it's well put because, everybody's got feelings, everybody's got emotions, and we should be allowed to feel, certain way, if something's going on. It's okay to, sit down and talk about it. It's okay to journal. Some people journal and write.
Yeah,
Uh, s-
definitely.
so
It's I think journaling helped me a lot actually because when I was a kid and I just get like so upset, I'd write everything down. Then you read it back and you realize, "Oh, I got upset over that. How stupid. Get over it." Like I would make fun of myself, like teasing, you know what I mean? It's not like that I hated myself, but I would think, "Wow, okay." And then it made me more mindful of, okay, let's take whatever you're upset and then focus on things that need, like I shouldn't get upset over little things because that's unnecessary. It made me more aware of the whys and where to channel my feelings and what to get upset over because some of these little things, as when we're younger, we were just overreacting, not understanding that we were overreacting.
exactly. And so, was there a moment where you were able to help someone out or talk about suicide prevention and mental health? Was there a time where you were able to pay it forward to someone else who needed help?
I don't think we ever really know, like I think unknowingly in wrestling, being a wrestling character, I've helped a lot of people because people have told me that. And then people have also told me that doing Lillian Garcia's podcast helped a lot too. Speaking out and telling people about what I had to go through or what I went through in, you know, my journey in depression and my thoughts of, not wanting to be on this earth anymore. So I think talking to people in public, not necessarily one on one in person. I think that thank goodness I said something in interviews because maybe it helped somebody else. And people have told me it helped, but hopefully I can help more. But sometimes who knows? I think the closest people to us, that's the trickiest part where you try to give advice or you just be there and you hope that it ends up well. And sometimes the closest people to us, we shut them out and we don't say anything. And we're all left to wonder, did it help? And some people are open and they say thank you, being there for like being there for me actually helped. It's vice versa. We need to realize what we do and how we shut people out. Because I also noticed when I was in need, when I was in my darkest times, I didn't say anything to anybody. I didn't want to burden anyone. So I have been the person to shut people out because I didn't want to put that on anybody else. So sometimes I see it where, you can't push people and say, hey, tell me, hey, tell me. If they're not ready, you can't. So all we can do is be there when we can, hug people, tell them you love them. And we could only want help for ourselves. And that's the truth.
Just try to pay it forward as much as possible. Try to be there for someone
But more
whenever they're
so, we need
struggling.
to be there for ourselves too. I think we underestimate ourselves when we're in a dark place because as much as somebody could, be there for us or give us the tools, we are the ones that need to grab a hold of something to help ourselves. There are so many because I've seen it so many times before. I've heard people say, Yeah, they're there for me, but the person that I want to be there for me isn't. And that means that we only want to be saved by that one person. When the reality is, no, pay attention to the people who are there. This is how valuable. Who cares about that one person? If they don't see how incredible you are, then they don't deserve to see your awesomeness. You need to see your awesomeness. Please, I wish more people could see that within themselves so they could grab a hold of any kind of, you know, any kind of, I'm trying to think lifeline, but it's like what is it? The floaties, but it's like it has a name. That life preserver. You need to get anyone that's out there and you hold on to it because you deserve it. You are a glowing light for others and you don't even realize it. And I want more people to see that.
Yeah, I mean, so all we can do is, try to take care of ourselves and take care of the people around us and, help each other out, one step at a time.
Yes, most
Well,
definitely.
yes. Melina, I just want to say thank you for coming on to Wrestling with Heart. It means a lot to me and to my listeners and viewers that are watching this on YouTube. Where can people find out more about you? If you have any social media sites or things you want to plug, feel free.
Oh, the easiest way to find me is realmelina.com. And on the first page, you could find anything that's me. Nowadays, I've been on TikTok a lot, which is the oddest thing because I thought I'd never do it. But it's actually a really great place where I get to stream and then hang out with people and then tell everybody what I'm doing in the future and then be able to edit content for other sites. But yeah, Real Melina is where you can find the appearances and the official any kind of apps like the official Instagram or X or anywhere because there's a lot of fake me's out there. There's been a lot of catfishing and realmelina.com like find the verified. So Instagram is verified that is me and that will take you to realmelina.com. That site will send you to the official one. So do not get I'm so sorry. Do not get catfish. Don't follow fake accounts. So uh if you want to find me, that's where you'll know where I'm at.
All right. Well, thanks again, Melina, and you're more than welcome to come back.
Oh, thank you. This is a really great podcast, and I'm rooting for you. Keep doing what you're doing, and it's beautiful. You're helping a lot of people.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, take care. Bye-bye. This is Wrestling with Heart. I hope you found this podcast to be informative and entertaining. If you did, please hit the subscribe button and look out for the next edition.
The Trump administration is letting polluters poison our air and water and eliminating billions in clean energy funding. Earthjustice is meeting them with lawsuits, and so we need to scale up to fight back. Please donate to Earthjustice today.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here for Mint Mobile. One of the perks about having 4 kids that you know about is actually getting a direct line to the big man up north. Mm-hmm. And this year, he wants you to know the best gift that you can give someone is the gift of Mint Mobile's unlimited wireless for $15 a month. Now, you don't even need to wrap it. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.